Hi guys, welcome back. Today's session is going to be ab work as usual. And we're also going to use a foam roller. Foam roller will be used to get a hip flexor stretch, some other hip opening movements, and we're also going to use the foam roller for some arm work. For that arm work, you'll need weights. If you've got hand weights at home, great. I don't. I have filled up 2 water bottles. Whatever you use, you want to get the weights pretty close to the same exact weight so that your arms are doing the same amount of work. I typically suggest, depending on your arm strength, any shoulder, arm, elbow, wrist issues, injuries, so on and so forth that you've got, obviously take that into account, but I typically suggest anywhere from 3 to 10 pounds. Our shoulders are super delicate joints and they can therefore be injured really easily. So you just want to make sure that you're being mindful and picking a careful weight and not going too heavy. All right, we'll start standing tall. We'll get a couple of roll downs. Feet will be parallel to each other, sits bone distance apart, low belly pulled up and in, arms by your side, shoulders nice and open. Take an inhale to grow tall. Exhale, drop your chin to your chest. Keep your hips stacked over your heels and peel your spine off that imaginary wall behind you. At the bottom, your head hangs, your arms hang, the backs of your necks are long. If your low back or your hamstrings need your knees to bend, please do so. Take an inhale and then exhale, navel to spine, restack, low back, middle back, hang wiggly, upper back, shoulders and head. And then again, inhale tall and exhale chin to chest, rolling down, head hangs, arms hang, feeling as if you're rolling up and over a big barrel, creating space in between every vertebrae. At the bottom, your sits bones lift up towards the ceiling. Again, if your knees need to bend, please do. Take an inhale. And then exhale, navel to spine, tilt your pelvis. Then restack, low back, middle back, upper back, shoulders, and head. We'll grab your foam roller and put your feet on your roller, laying down on your back on your mat. Your arms will be by your side, shoulders nice and open, pelvis neutral. So you've got that natural curve between your low back and the floor. Your pubic bone is in the same horizontal plane with your hip bones. Back of neck is long. Take an inhale at neutral. On your exhale, tilt your pelvis. Use your low belly to round your low back and then lift your hips up vertebrae by vertebrae. Take an inhale at the top and then exhale, articulate back down. Vertebrae by vertebrae with control. That foam roller is going to add a little bit of extra engagement for your hamstrings. Take an inhale, exhale, tilt and curl up without letting the foam roller roll away from you, which means your heels energize towards your bum. Back of neck stays long, shoulders stay open. Inhale and exhale, articulate back down. Feel like you're stretching your pelvis away from your rib cage towards your roller. Feet stay feet stay parallel to each other. Take an inhale at neutral. Exhale to tilt and peel off. Your knees are reaching out. Your heels are pulling in. When you get up to the top, unless you've got an issue in your low back that makes it contraindication, you're going to think straight line between your knees and your shoulders, pelvis on that line. Take an inhale. And then exhale, articulating back down, using your abs to guide every single angle of the movement down. Inhaling again. And then exhale, tilt and curl up. This time I want you to hold at the top. Lengthen out the back of your neck. Open your shoulders. Deepen your pelvic tilt. Use your hamstrings, your glutes to get your hips higher. Pull your heels towards you. I want your pelvis to stay perfectly still. Take an inhale and exhale. Bring your left leg up to tabletop. Take an inhale. Exhale. Left foot lowers down. And inhale, it lifts. Exhale, down. And inhale, up. Careful about that right foot. Don't let it turn out to the right. We're going to 10. This is 4. Pull your belly button deeper to your spine, higher to your heart as your foot lowers. 6. And then 7. Keep that right leg nice and steady. 8. And then 9. And then 10. Left leg comes back up. Hold. Deepen your pelvic tilt. Lift your hips higher. Pull your right heel in. Reach your right knee out. Pulsing from your right hamstring, right glute. 10 pulses. They're small and controlled. For 6. 7. Right heel in. 8. 9, 10, hold. Take an inhale and exhale. Lower your left foot down. Deepen your pelvic tilt and articulate back down, vertebrae by vertebrae, all the way to neutral with control. Take an inhale. On your exhale, tilt your pelvis, peel your spine off your mat, holding at the top. Back of your neck long, shoulders are open, hips lift up, knees reach out, heels pull in. Keep your feet parallel. Inhale and exhale, right leg comes up, left foot doesn't turn out. Take an inhale, exhale down. And inhale, lift. Try to keep 90 degrees in that right knee joint. Exhale, lower. And inhale, lift. Keep hips lifted. And up. Left heel pulling in. Left knee reaching out for 5. And 4. Navel to spine. 3. Last 2. Last 1. Lift that right leg back up. Hold. Deepen your pelvic tilt. Lift your hips. Reach your left knee out. Your left heel in. And then 10 pulses at the top. For 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hold. Inhale, exhale. Right foot down. Deepen your pelvic tilt. Take an inhale. And exhale. Roll back down. All the way to neutral. Take an inhale. Exhale to tilt. Peel your spine off the mat, 1 vertebrae at a time. Inhaling at the top. And then exhale back down. Let's do 1 more pelvic curl. Inhale. Exhale to tilt. Peel up. Vertebrae by vertebrae. Think articulation. Take an inhale. And then exhale back down. Pull your feet together on the roller. Bring your arms up to the ceiling. Palms facing each other. Reach your fingers high. Drop your shoulder blades flat to your mat. Lengthen out the back of your neck and open your arms to a T shape. Take an inhale and exhale. Bring your right leg up. Cross it over your left. Your shoulders stay equally weighted. Inhale. Your legs go over to the left, creating a nice, healthy rotation in your spine. Exhale. Come back to center. Inhale, legs to your left. Your rib cage, to your right. Your rib cage doesn't flare. Your left shoulder stays heavy. Exhale, back to center. And then again, inhale, legs to your left. Right rib cage stays knitted down. Right shoulder stays heavy on the ground. Exhale, back to center. 1 more to your right. Think control is more important than range of motion. Exhale, back to center. Make a figure 4 shape. So your right knee slides out to the right. Flex your right foot. Take your legs to your left side and reach that right knee away from your chest. Relax your shoulders. Relax the reach of the knee. Come back to center. Take your legs to your right side. And then back to center with control. Go ahead, uncross, and then recross. Left leg over your right leg. Inhale, legs to your right, over. And exhale, navel to spine, back to center. Legs left, over with control. And exhale, center. 1 more in each direction in this position to your right. And exhale, back to center. Remember, you're thinking a nice, healthy position for your spine. You're not forcing any range of motion. Back to center and hold. Figure 4 with your left leg, flexing your left foot, taking your legs to your right side, reaching that left knee away from your chest, keeping your low belly engagement on. Relax the reach of your left knee, come back to the center, and then take your legs to your left side. And then back to center with control. Go ahead and uncross. Going right into our ab work. Interlace your hands behind your head. Find a neutral pelvis. Your feet are sits bone distance apart. They're parallel to each other. Your rib cage is knitted down. Your shoulder blades are flat on the mat. Hovering your elbows can help with that rib cage knitting down and shoulder blade flat. Keeping the back of your neck long and your pelvis neutral. Take an inhale. Exhale, lift your head and chest up. And inhale, lower back down with control. Exhale, lift up. Try not to rest at the bottom, so tap the floor, but don't actually disengage. Lift up on your exhale, lower down on your inhale. Lift up from your lowest rib line and lower back down with control. As you lift up, bring your gaze to your inner thighs. As you lower down, do so with control. Lift up and then lower back down. Let's go for 4. Think abs before action. Your ab engagement starts before your movement occurs. Last 2. Last 1. Lower down and hold. Take an inhale and exhale. Imprint your low back. So you're going into a pelvic tilt. Low belly is engaged. Fingers fully interlaced at the base of your skull. Thumbs long on your neck. Ribs knit down in the front. Keeping your imprinted low back. Again, that's using low belly. It's not clenching your glutes or pushing your feet into the roller. Take an inhale. Exhale, navel to spine. Lift up and over to your left side. Don't swing your elbows. Inhale, lower down slowly. Exhale, lift to your right side. Lower down to the center slowly. Exhale, up and over. Inhale, back down. Exhale, up and over. And then inhale, back down. Let's go for 6. Keep your control. Keep that nice slow movement. 5. Pelvis stays equally weighted. 4. And then back down. Last 3. And then back down. Final 2. And lower. Last 1. And then lower down. Hold here. Check in. Your pelvis should still be tilted. So low back still rounded into the mat. Hands are behind your head, your shoulders away from your ears, elbows hovered so that you can get your shoulder blades flat and a better knit down of your rib cage. Bring one leg to tabletop, bring second leg to meet it. Try to get your knees to 90 degrees so your femurs are vertical and your shins, your calves are horizontal. Take an inhale. Exhale, navel to spine, head and chest lift, hold here. Inhale, grab your legs, keep your legs still. Exhale, lift your chest closer to them. Keep your shoulders relaxed. Inhale, bring your hands back behind your head. Don't lose your height. And then exhale, lower down with control. No flaring. Inhale. Exhale, lift up. Inhale, grab your still legs. Exhale, lift closer to them. Inhale, bring your hands back. Don't lose your height. And then exhale slowly down. No flaring ribs. Inhale at the bottom. And then exhale, lift. Inhale to reach. Exhale to lift your chest higher. Inhale to bring your hands back. And exhale to lower down, keeping your imprint at the bottom. Take an inhale. Exhale, lift up. Inhale, reach. Exhale, lift higher. Inhale, hands back. Exhale, lower. Same as before. Try not to rest at the bottom. Inhale. Exhale, lift. Inhale, reach. Exhale, deepen. Inhale, hands back, shoulders away from your ears. Exhale, slowly with control down. Inhale. Exhale, lift up. Inhale, reach. Exhale, deepen. Inhale, hands back, navel deep to spine, high to heart. Exhale, lower slowly. Inhale. Exhale, up. Inhale, reach. Exhale, lift higher. Inhale, bring your hands back. And then exhale, back down. Adding on. Take an inhale. Exhale, lift. Inhale, reach. Exhale, lift higher. Hold here. Relax your shoulders away from your ears. Give your head a nice big shake left to right. That's to help loosen up your neck and make sure that it's not engaged. I want your pelvis staying equally weighted here. Hands behind your head. Take an inhale. Exhale, rotate left. Inhale, center, right. Center, left. And right. And left. Navel to spine. Keep your height. Right. For 6. And 5. Last 4. Last 3. Get off your shoulder blades. 2. And 1. Back to center. Pull your knees into your chest. Lower your head down and breathe. Gentle little rock side to side, hip to hip. We're going to grab a hip flexor stretch. Obviously, if you've got hip issues that say this is not a good idea for your body, then don't do it. Otherwise, tilt and curl up, foam roller underneath the tail end of your sacrum so that your roller is assisting in creating a pelvic tilt. Bring your knees towards your chest. The roller should be low enough you feel like it's almost about to slide out from under you, but not quite. Bring your left knee into your chest. Keep your right drawstring tight, the connection between your right hip bone and your right lowest rib. Relax your shoulders. Take your right leg out and let it sink down. Keeping your shoulders relaxed. If you've got a knee issue, you can hold behind the femur instead. If your left hip doesn't like this, just hold the leg where you need it to be. Keep your shoulders relaxed. Keep that left leg squeezed tightly towards you if it's okay for your body. You're going to think inhale, lengthening out that right leg, reaching the toes away from you. Exhale, hollowing your belly. You can play with the foot position here, the ankle position. You can have pointed toes. You can relax your ankle joint. You can also flex your foot, driving your heel down and out. All 3 of those can give you a slightly different stretch, so find the one that's best for your body. Shoulders are relaxed. The back of your neck is long. We're going to add on to this stretch. If you need to leave the add-on out, please do. That'll be bringing your right arm up to the ceiling with your shoulder blade flat, palm facing inward. Open your right arm to a T. Pull your left knee towards your left armpit. Shoulders are relaxed. Your left femur is still as close to your left lowest rib as you can get it. Your rib cage as you can get it. Your right hip bone is as close to your right lowest rib as you can get it. Now we're going to get that right arm and side bend up and over to the left. I want your right shoulder away from your right ear. I want your right hand and your right foot reaching away from each other, and then finding that kind of crescent moon shape. This should increase the stretch in the front of your right hip. You should have also come into a little bit of a stretch in your left inner thigh. Carefully unwind out of that crescent moon shape. Bring your left knee back to center. Bring your right leg back towards your chest. If you need to adjust, if you've got a little bit cattywampus there, adjust. Same thing, second side. Now your right leg stays tightly towards your chest. Left leg to tabletop. Look for that tight drawstring on your left side, hip bone to rib cage connection. Straighten your left leg out and let your left leg sink down. Notice my knee isn't stick straight. We don't need that. You're just thinking length through the leg and hollow through the belly. Again, your shoulders are relaxed. The back of your neck stays long. Your low ab engagement never gets to go away. Again, if you need to hold behind the knee, that's fine. If you need to adjust where this leg is in space, that's fine. Big, deep breaths. Remember, you can play with the position of your ankle joint. You can point the toes of your left foot to create a bigger lengthening out sensation. You can relax the ankle joint. You can also flex the foot, pulling your toes toward your shin and then driving your heel down and out. Big, deep breaths. We'll add that optional add-on. Left arm up to the ceiling, palm facing inward. Left shoulder blade flat on your mat. Left arm out to a T, right knee towards your right armpit. Remember, your right femur is as close to your rib cage as you can get it. So you're not just pulling the knee out to the side. It's a bigger pull up than it is out. And then we're going to keep that left arm on the ground, bring it overhead, and start to find a gradual side bend up and over. I want your left hand and your left foot reaching away from each other, so oppositional reach. Pull your belly button towards your spine. Look for that crescent moon shape. Left hand, left foot, left arm, left leg reaching to your right side. Big deep breaths. And then carefully unwinding out of the position, bringing that left knee back into your chest, giving it a nice big squeeze. Let's lower one foot down to the floor, second foot down, lift your hips, and then roll back down, sending the roller to your feet. Let's do a little bit of low ab engagement, and then we're going to come into our arm work with the foam roller. So set the foam roller off to the side for the time being, just so that it's not in the way. Hands behind your heads again. Your shoulders are down away from your ears. Your ribs are knitted down. I want you to imprint your low back, so tilted pelvis. Take an inhale and exhale. Lift your head and chest up. Hold here. Inhale and exhale. Bring one leg to tabletop. Second leg meets it. Grab behind your legs. Lift closer to them. Relax your shoulders. You're going to pull your belly button closer to your spine, higher to your heart to make your imprint even heavier onto the ground. Squeeze your knees together. Squeeze your feet together. Hands behind your head. Inhale, legs go out. Keep your imprinted low back. Exhale, knees bend back in. Feeling like your legs are moving against resistance. Inhale out. Exhale, hollow, come back in. Inhale, extend. Squeeze your knees. Squeeze your feet. Exhale, bend. Inhale out. Keep your head pushing heavy into your hands. Keep your shoulders away from your ears. Keep your nice high chest lift from your lowest rib line. Inhale out. Exhale, hollow belly, come in. Let's go for 4. Never letting your imprint go. If you're having trouble with the imprint, go feet higher. Again, control is more important than range of motion. Last one, legs out with control, knees bend, grab behind your legs, lift toward them, set your shoulders. Shake your head left to right. We're going to do that same movement, but add a rotation to it. So your imprint is still just as important as it was before. We're just going to start rotating from your lowest rib line and up. Inhale, legs go out as you bend your knees. Rotate your trunk left. Legs out, keep your height, rotate right. Legs out, exhale left. Legs out, exhale, bend, rotate right. Inhale out, keep your elbows wide. Inhale out, exhale, bend. Let's go for 4. And then 3. And then 2, lift up. Last one. Legs out, you're in the center. Bend your knees. Grab behind your legs. Lift your chest closer to them. Relax your shoulders. Pull belly button deep to spine, high to heart. Hi, Mowgli. Bring your hands back behind your head. You're going to inhale, lower your head and chest down. Don't rest, don't flare. Exhale, lift up, hold. Inhale, straighten legs out. Exhale, bend knees in, hold. Inhale, head down. Exhale, head up. Inhale, legs out, Mowgli move. Exhale, knees in. Inhale, head down. Exhale, head up. Inhale, legs straighten. Exhale, knees bend. Head lowers. Back of neck stays long. Exhale, lift up. Legs extend out long. Imprint stays. Exhale, bend. Inhale, down. Exhale, up. Inhale, out. Exhale, in. Let's go for 4. Down, up, out, in. 3. Down, up, out, in. Last 2. Down, up, out, in. Last one. Lower, lift. Straighten, bend. Pull your knees to your chest, lower down and breathe. This next one will be one step harder than that one. If you need to stay and just do the same exact exercise we just did, that's completely fine. Otherwise, you're going to combine the 2 movements. So as your head lowers, your legs straighten. As your knees bend, your head and chest lift. Grab behind your legs. Head and chest come up, legs come up. Set your shoulders, give your head a nice shake left to right. Remember, control is more important than range of motion. And remember, you're not letting your ribcage flare, and you're never letting your low back come off of your mat. Hands behind your head. Inhale, legs go out, head lowers down. Exhale, everything back to start. Inhale, out and down. Exhale, up and in. Feel like you're moving through molasses. Make the movement even harder than it has to be. So look for as much ab engagement as possible. So let's go for 6. No swinging your elbows. 5. No yanking on your head and neck. 4. Last 3. Keep that imprint. Last 2. Squeeze your feet together. Squeeze your knees together. Last 1. Inhale out. Exhale, bend in. Grab your knees. Lower your head down and breathe. Grab behind your legs whenever you're ready. Grab your foam roller. Let's first roll out your back, and then we'll do our arm work. So you're going to have your foam roller behind your back, kind of at the base of your shoulder blades. You're going to tilt your pelvis. Hands behind your head. Low abs stay on. Lift your hips up and roll up and down your back. Keep the foam roller on your middle and your upper back. We don't really need it to go to your lower back. And feel free to just gently shift your weight to one side or the other, so one side of your spine or the other, so that you're getting a little bit more of that tightness out, listening to your body and where you need to spend more time. And then when you're ready, lower your bum down, come up to a seated position carefully. Get your foam roller and put it long ways on your mat. Have your weights, whatever you've got, nearby. And then we're going to lay bum and head on the roller. Again, one weight is on each side of your mat or your roller. Before we get your weights, we're going to bring your arms up to the ceiling with your palms facing each other. You're going to reach your fingers high and then wrap your shoulder blades around your foam roller. Let's do that again. Reach your fingers high and then wrap your shoulder blades around your roller. Hold that wrapped shoulder blade. Lengthen out the back of your neck, keeping your shoulder blades wrapped around the roller. Slide them down your back. Now, I want you to keep your shoulder blades wrapped and down. Start to bring your arms overhead and then open your arms out, circle down and around. At the top, reach and wrap again. Hands back, arms open, out and around. You're looking for tightness. One last time, reach and wrap. Back of neck stays long, arms back, out, down and around. Now, before you grab your weights, this position that your arms are in, when your wrists are directly over your shoulders, I want you to think of that as shoulder height. So if I was standing upright and my arms were in this same position, my arms would be straight out in front of me, shoulder width, shoulder height. I don't want you to bring your weights above shoulder height, okay? So once we have those weights, we're going to keep it shoulder height and below. That's just a shoulder safety piece. And always, especially for this series, if it doesn't feel healthy on your shoulder joints, immediately either decrease your weight, decrease your range of motion, or maybe stop that movement if it's the one that's just not good for your shoulders. Grab your weights when you're ready. You're going to have your palms facing each other. If you've got water bottles, make sure they're closed. Bring your arms up, palms facing each other. Reach your weights high. Wrap your shoulder blades around the roller. Keep the length in the back of your neck. Now, you're going to open your arms out to a T shape and then come back up. Inhale, open slowly, and then exhale up. We talked about the rule of thumb, keeping your weights shoulder height and below. I also want you to think about not coming farther down to the floor than your body is. So keep it the same distance from the floor as your shoulders are from the floor and higher. Another safety piece, make sure you're not locked out in your elbow joints. You've got a tiny little bend in your elbows. Let's go for 3, and then 2, and then 1. Now, depending on what object around your house you found, you might need to do a smaller number of reps or larger number of reps. So if this feels really light, maybe pause the video and do a couple extra. If it feels really heavy, then maybe decrease the numbers. Again, the back of your neck is long. Your palms, your weights are facing each other. Reach and wrap your shoulders. Reach your weights, wrap your shoulders. Bias towards a pelvic tilt, so your low belly is on. We're going to take your hands down your center line towards your feet and lift back up. Lower your arms down and lift up. Our tendency here is to roll your shoulders inward as your arms come down. Try not to let that happen. So you're keeping your shoulders nice and steady and in a safe, healthy position and not letting them dump inward and turn towards your center line. Straight down and then back up. Keep your knees the same distance apart as your feet. Your feet should be about hip width, maybe a tiny bit wider. Last one here, come up. Let's reach and then wrap. Lengthen out the back of your neck. We're going to open your arms to a T shape and hold. Your weights are parallel to the floor. You're going to keep them that way as you bring your hands to your hips. Then flip your weights to face each other. Your palms face each other, come up. So it's a circle out to your T. With control, move to your hips. And then flip and then come up. T position, and then hips, and then flip, and then lift up. Notice the part of the movement where you're moving parallel to the floor. So once you get to your T and you're moving parallel to your hips, that part of the movement is easy to kind of cheat or be lazy on. So think having a little bit of energy of your hands into your weights as you make that part of the movement. So you're getting a little bit of extra work, not trying to get a little bit of a break there. Let's go for 3, T, hips, flip, and up. Remember, nice controlled movements. T, hips, flip, lift up. The back of your neck stays long. Your shoulders should stay void of tension. Hold at the top. Let's just run through our checklist. Back of neck is long. Reach your weights high. Wrap your shoulder blades around. Slide your shoulder blades down your back. Keep that. Knit your ribs down. Keep your low belly engagement on. You're biasing towards a pelvic tilt. Your feet are about hip distance apart and your knees are directly above your heels. We're going to reverse the movement. Come straight down your center line with your weights facing each other, palms facing each other. Flip, come out to a T, and then back up. Straight down, flip, T, and up. Remember, control is more important than range of motion. So if this range of motion doesn't feel healthy on your shoulders, you're going to decrease and find a range that does feel healthy. If you need to do any of these movements without weights in your hands, it's still a good shoulder exercise. So feel free to just ditch your weights if that feels like it's a better option for you. You're never letting gravity take your arms down. Remember that part where you're moving parallel to the floor, you're trying to milk a little bit of extra engagement out of it. That's going to happen by pushing your hands or energizing your hands into your weights during that portion of the movement. Let's go one last one. Down, flip, T, come up and hold. This time it's going to be kind of like a bench press. You're going to flip your weights to face your knees. Reach your weights high, wrap your shoulder blades around your roller. Weights are tapped together at the top. Then we're going to bend your elbows coming away from each other, weights coming away from each other. Shoulder blades stay wrapped. Exhale, extend. Keep your shoulders wrapped at the top so you don't come so high up that you lose that wrapped shoulder. And think about the weights kind of tracing the sides of an A-frame house or something of the sort. So they're coming away from each other as you lower. They're steadily coming towards each other as you lift. Inhale down and exhale up. Be mindful to keep your upper abs on here so you're not letting your rib cage flare. Keep your shoulder blades wrapped. Keep your neck void of tension. Keep your low belly engaged. Let's go for 4, 3, last 2, last 1. Lift up and hold. Palms face each other. Reach and wrap. Bend your elbows. Option A is to glue your elbows to your rib cage like so. This is going to be the more challenging. Shoulders will be open. If you need, take your elbows to the floor and rest them there. Either way, your shoulders are rolled open. You're going to keep your elbows in the same spot. Inhale to straighten, exhale to bend. Only really needing to bend to 90. You start to lose the engagement in your 90 degrees in your elbow. You start to lose the engagement in your biceps once you pass that 90. Inhale, open, exhale, close. Again, if your elbows need to be on the ground, that's completely fine. Weights will just gently tap the floor. Let's go for 4, and then 3, and then 2, and then 1. Lower your elbows down to the floor for a moment. This next one is the only one where I'm going to have you take your arms over shoulder height. If you've got a shoulder issue and you need to skip it, please do. If you need to drop one weight and hold one in both hands to make the movement lighter, that's an option as well. This one, I suggest watching a couple of them if you're not sure of the movement before you try to do it, just to avoid hitting yourself in the face with your weights. So you'll go arms up to the ceiling with your palms facing each other. You'll reach the weights high and wrap your shoulder blades around the roller. Slide your shoulder blades down your back, lengthen out the back of your neck. Start to slowly bring your arms back in space. Remember, watch first if you need to. Your elbows are going to tend to want to open away from each other. Energize them towards each other. Get them shoulder width. And then you're going to keep your elbows in the same spot in space. You'll inhale to bend at your elbows and exhale, fully extend. Notice how my water bottles are kind of grazing the side of my face. That's why I say watch one or two before you go into it. Keep your low belly on. If you're feeling your neck, bring your elbows closer to your body. If it feels too easy, get your shoulder blades even more wrapped, even farther down, and then take your elbows back in space. You are looking for a fully straight elbow here at the very end of the movement. Let's go for 5, 4, shoulders relaxed and neck is not engaged. Last 2, slow controlled movements. Last 1, straight arms. Bring your weights forward and then lower your elbows down. Lower your weights to the ground. Bring your arms up to the ceiling. Reach your fingers high. Wrap your shoulder blades around the roller. Lengthen out the back of your neck and find a couple more circles with your arms. If you feel a super tight spot, you're welcome to pause the movement of your arms when you're kind of on that spot. You have a couple different options. You can simply, if it's on your right side, you can move your body slightly to the left so you've got more weight on the right. You can find little movements with that right arm. You can also, keeping your low belly on, lift your hips up and then do the same. Make sure you don't fall. Move the arm of the side that you've got more weight on. Keep your low abs on to protect your low back. Keep the back of your neck long. Make sure that you're moving in a way that's healthy for your shoulders. When you're ready, come back to center, lower down. You can open your arms out to a T. You can even flip your palms to face away from your heart. Middle fingers touching the floor, tips of the middle fingers, pushing your palms away from you to get a nice big stretch across maybe the palms of the hands, maybe the forearms, maybe the biceps, maybe all the way up into the armpits and the pecs and the chest. When you're ready, come out of whatever stretch you went into, lower your one elbow down and kind of roll off the side of your roller. Set your roller off to the side. Shoulders nice and open. A nice little comparison is to bring your arms up and out to a T without the foam roller under you. Typically, we feel that our back is a lot looser. Hopefully, maybe neck is looser. Chest should feel a little bit more open. Bring your arms by your side. Give me a pelvic curl. Inhale and exhale to tilt and peel up vertebrae by vertebrae. Inhale at the top and exhale to roll back down. And then once more, just to check in with your backs. Tilt and curl up. Inhale and then exhale back down. Grab behind your legs. Come up to a seated position. Grab your foam roller and put it behind your back again, the same way it was before we went into that arm series. Now I want you to tilt your pelvis so low belly is on. Lift your hips. Roll up and down your back again. And then this next one, you're just going to lay on your side facing facing your screen. Foam roller underneath your bottom rib cage. I don't want your roller on your lowest couple of ribs. So keep off your lowest 3 ribs. Other than that, it can come as high, your roller can be as high as you want, all the way up to your armpit. You're going to have your bottom elbow down, head resting in your hands. Have your knees up towards your roller, not down towards the foot of your mat. That's to help protect your low back. Now you're just going to exhale, round your chest forward, and inhale, open out. Again, you're just rolling out that rib cage. You're looking for tightness in your lat, your serratus. You might feel kind of like a speed bump type tightness. When you feel one of those, instead of just resting directly on top of it, sort of park on it at an angle and breathe, maybe tiny little movements. Make sure that you're not dumping into your low back. Again, having your knees forward towards your roller is going to help with that. Remember, you're allowed to move your roller up if you need to. You can move your roller down. You're just being mindful not to roll those lowest couple of ribs. There's a good chance this is not the most comfortable thing you've done all day. When you're ready, you're just going to switch sides. You can obviously turn around to where your back is facing the screen. You can flip on your mat to where you're still facing the screen. Either way, you're going to bend your knees. Bottom elbow is down. Your head's resting in that hand. And you're just going to roll your chest forward and back. Again, be mindful. You're not on those lowest couple of ribs. They're a lot thinner. They're more delicate. They can crack. So you don't want to do that. Big, deep breaths. Remember, move that roller up as high as you want. You can go all the way to your armpit if you'd like. Take your time. If you want to go back to the first side, do. If you need to spend more time on the second side, you can. Whenever you're ready, roll up and down your back one last time. And then lower your bum down, grab behind your legs, come up to a seated position, come all the way up to stand. And we're going to roll you down. Feet parallel, sits bone distance apart, shoulders open. Back of your neck is long, crown of your head reaches high. Big inhale. Exhale, chin drops to chest, rolling down, feeling like you're stretching up and over a big barrel. Your head's hang, your arms hang, the backs of your necks are long. Weight shifts into the balls of your feet, but you can still wiggle your toes. Remember, bend your knees if you need. Take an inhale. Exhale, navel to spine. Tuck your tailbone and restack. Low back, middle back, upper back, shoulders, head. And then again, inhale tall. Exhale, chin to your chest. Keep your hips over your heels. Use your abs to stretch your spine out and down. Big inhale at the bottom. Arms hang, heads hang. Take an inhale and exhale, navel to spine. Restep. Once you get all the way tall, roll your shoulders up, back, and down for 3, 2, and 1. Big step forward, and you are all finished. Thank you, Andrea, for the request on the arm work on the foam roller. If anybody else has anything that you want me to make a video about, please let me know. If you have any questions, comments, please leave a comment below. Thank you so much, and have a good day.